Alright, so on my last video, I did my top 10 most hated enemies of the base game, so now it's time to deal with the DLC. The comment section of the last video made me realize I didn't explain the rules very well. So open your ears, I'm only going over this once. There are no bosses. I know the term boss can be kind of amorphous in Elden Ring, because a lot of enemies start off as bosses and become regular enemies later, so the first criteria that helps me decide whether or not an enemy is a boss is how often the enemy appears as its non-boss variant. That's why in the last video, which if you haven't watched, you should totally go do that right now, dragons were out and rune bears and abductor virgins were in. And the second criteria is I do what I want. Number 10, Mesmer Soldiers. If you haven't noticed, every rank and file foot soldier in Elden Ring takes on the personality of the lord they serve. Rhea Lucarian soldiers are obsessed with shiny rocks, Redmane soldiers are mindless testosterone demons that murder anything that gets too close, Miquella's soldiers are always sleeping on the job, and Godric's soldiers are pathetic. So, when it comes to Mesmer soldiers, they mostly follow the same pattern. They are aggression incarnate. But while Mesmer has a whiny Nepo baby with mommy issues vibe, his soldiers are the blue collar union workers of Get Bent Incorporated. They've got combos, they've got stomp attacks, they announce their presence with a roar like, Jesus, dude, calm down. Your lunch break is in 5 minutes, go clock out and chill for a second. Shadow of the Erdtree does an amazing job of letting you know that you are in fucking trouble the second you show up in the Shadowlands. They do it in a couple different ways, some of which you will see later in this list, but the oh shit factor of getting your ass handed to you by some schmuck named Larry that's just chilling on the side of the road was a jump scare I was not expecting. I mean, that's how jump scares work. God, I'm stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, these guys have knocked my dick in the dirt so many times, but god damn it, I can't help but admire them for how efficient they are at it. They've got roll catches, throw grenades, and walk around dressed like the cast of Saving Private Ryan with fucking capes. Game recognized game, you know what I mean? Number 9, Blood Fiends. And here we are, the entry where an enemy is on the list for looks alone. Who the hell designed these things? Their head looks like a basketball that got chipmunk teeth slapped on it after it was in the microwave for 30 minutes. They're not hard to deal with until they have a temper tantrum like a 9-year-old that just got told it can't play Fortnite. Or when you're in Rivermouth Cave and one jump scares the shit out of you by hopping up on this ledge. They only have 2 redeeming qualities. 1, they drop one of the most busted weapons in the entire game. And 2, I just know there's a whole cadre of players out there that cheesed the whole base game with Mohg's Sacred Spear, that shit their pants when they got to Prospect Town, and the shaman hit them with an Uno reverse card. Number 8, Catacomb Sorcerers. This spot was originally for the Big Mouth Imps, but when I went to go capture footage for them, these assholes just stole the show. You know what the Big Mouth Imps need that these walking Avada Kedavra victims don't? Line of sight. That's right, if you aggro them and then try hiding behind a wall, it will not save you from them conjuring a magic homing enema from the ground beneath you and send it straight into your unprotected rectum. They also have spells that can bounce off walls, so if you manage to dodge the first wave of bullshit, be ready for the second coming that's about to splatter all over your back. They're placed in the most inconvenient spots imaginable. Like, shit, dude, not only do I have to deal with the ceiling trying to turn me into a shish kebab and an angry 5th grader's art project with a pogo stick, now I have to deal with this reanimated Dumbledore-looking motherfucker throwing sperm missiles at me. And what really pisses me off is that I can't find any lore on these guys. I have so many questions. Why does this dagger look like someone sharpened a candlestick? Why does he have a literal fetus tucked away in his pocket? And why does Litany of Proper Death not work on them? What do you mean they're not fucking undead? Look at them. How are they not undead? Number 7, Jar Innards. Timeout. That's what they're called? Holy shit, they suck so much the devs didn't even give them a name that's a proper noun. Like the Blood Fiends, these guys almost made it on looks alone. These human kidneys with limbs attached are more than likely the most unsightly thing I have ever seen in any game I've ever played. The prehensile wiener they grab you with like a bottlenose dolphin is revolting. Yes, that's a dick and you know it, and yes, dolphins can do that. Do with that information what you will. When it comes to mechanics, they aren't all that bad. And the whole, who turned out the lights gimmick is kind of funny. And then slinging meatballs at you like an Italian grandma that just watched you snap the spaghetti in half before you put it in the pot isn't exactly a threat. Then you get to the Lamenter jail. And these bitches become opera singers that only know one tune, and it's a song called Wrong House, motherfucker. This scream has a range that's way bigger than you think it is, does more damage than you think it does, and they can combo it with their most bullshit moves. Look what this bitch did to me. What the hell was that? I feel dumb for getting hit by it, but if I had known those things were capable of that degree of mass destruction, I would have been more careful. Number 6. Gravebirds. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know how much I despise birds in all shapes and sizes. And these things literally have birds in their name, so this should come as no surprise. Gravebirds are one of those enemies that are stuck in the weird purgatory between easy enough to make you feel stupid when it kills you and difficult enough to be called gank bullshit. They're not particularly hard to deal with as long as there's one. If there is more than one, you might as well lay down and get ready for an entire Irish river dance to be executed on your scrotum. Seriously, why did every enemy in this game need a 0 to death combo? This isn't Marvel vs. Capcom 3. These guys spend most of their time as a goddamn statue. Why are they this agile? And how the fuck can they fly? They're made out of rocks. Shadow of the Erdtree has a theme of enemies getting new attacks added to their moveset as you progress through the game, and these guys are the prime offenders. They start off with just some regular basic bitch beak and stomp attacks, then they get the aforementioned mudholestomp.exe, then they get the wish.com version of Ancient Death Rancor, and finally, at the pinnacle of their power, they start tossing magic frisbees at you. These guys are the goddamn Honda Civic hatchbacks of the Shadowlands. They can just be customized however you want to fit your needs. And they only have one need, which is sending me back to the last site of grace I rested at. This guy can even put you to sleep. Like, what the hell? Number 5, Fire Knights. I wasn't going to put Fire Knights on the list. In some ways, they're kind of fun to fight against. And they never show up in groups, unless you count when they're with these old dudes that are too engrossed in their book to notice all the murder going on 5 feet away from them. Then I remembered this bastard, and he knocked me off the loft one too many times, and it reminded me of why these dripped out, long-armed, my dad's a lawyer vibe having assholes are one of my least favorite enemies. The short sword one can kill you by doing a Beyblade impression. The great sword one can shoot fire at you with said sword, and I don't understand why the hitbox on that has to be so big. They both have mage spam that is honestly just a distraction so they can roll catch you with one of their other implements of destruction when you dodge it. And by the way, why does that spell have so much goddamn range? I mean, I wouldn't care if I didn't have the exact same spell, but theirs can hit me from the opposite side of the Black Keep, and mine has the range of a fart I lit on fire. Now when I use this thing, I feel like I just bought a Rolex with 2 X's. I've been fucking cheated, and I'm lodging a complaint. Number 4. Curse Blades. You know, when I saw that Australian chick at the Olympics, I thought breakdancing couldn't possibly get any worse, and shit on a shingle was incorrect. I ran into one of these for the first time in the gravesite plain, and he sat my ass down, stuck a crown on me, and dubbed me the king of incorrectitude. I swear to God, all of the worst enemies in the DLC are just enemies from the base game with a BBL and a higher credit score. You know how those marionettes in the base game freak out when you damage them about halfway? Well, just get rid of the damage requirement and make that half tantrum, half seizure last 22.5 minutes, and voila, you have these assholes. And fuck it, give it a grab attack too, because why the fuck not? I just love it when the guy wearing a shit-stained potato sack his pants wraps their thighs around my ears. They do an incredible Crucible Knight impression by not getting flinched by fucking anything, even though they're practically naked. How is it that hard to break their posture? Look at their posture. That is not the posture of a nigh invincible warrior. It's the posture of a 1930s scoliosis patient. Like I said earlier, there's one parked in the gravesite plain right in front of where you spawn when you load up the DLC for the first time. meaning there's a pretty good chance that he is the very first enemy you encounter, and he is there for one reason and one reason only, to let you know that you are going to have to step your goddamn game up. You are going to have to strap on your big boy pants and get through some fucking adversity to beat this game. And when the fuck did they get mage spam? Like, why? These guys did not need to have more ways to kick my ass added to their repertoire. They had enough already. Number 3, Divine Beast Warriors. And Divine Bird Warriors. And Horn Warriors. Yes, all 3 of these guys are getting grouped together because, let's face it, they're just a Pokemon evolution chain. I can't stand these guys, and it's not because of their choice of terrible footwear, or the fact that they're trying to show me said footwear like a 4-year-old that just got some brand new Superman light-up sneakers. This is the first enemy in the DLC that made me go, excuse me? Then they made me repeat myself like 5 or 6 times during the rest of the playthrough. The curse blades have that long-ass interpretive dance that they pull, but at least you can panic dodge your way out of it. Not this one. This one's built for roll catching. The curved sword guys are pretty fast. The great sword guy hits like a Buick Skylark. The bird guys are just the curved sword guys that throw pillow stuffing at you. And the divine beast warriors are complete and utter fuckery. Like, what are you guys doing here? Did all of you guys flunk out of human centipede school? What the hell? And why are they always in the worst fucking places? The ice guy is right after the most annoying grave bird fight in the game. The wind guy is right before the second to last sight of Grace, so when he kills you, it's a crazy long run back. And lightning guy is guarding the room with Euphoria in it. So if he kills you, you have to do all that damn platforming again. So all 3 of these encounters have higher stakes than most boss fights. They slam you on the ground and whisper in your ear, "There's no stake of America here, dickweed," as you slowly slip into oblivion. Number 2, Frenzied Elders. I can't parry. Explanation over. Okay, not really. Honestly, my hate for these things really derives from my hate of this area as a whole. And I don't have any proof that the reason this giant-ass area is so boring and empty is these walking cankersaurs' fault, but that is not going to stop me from blaming them. I typically don't enjoy stealth missions in any game, but whoever designed this one is a goddamn menace. It's in an open field, the only way you can sneak by is crawling through a bunch of bushes, and some of the bushes have fucking cowbells on them. This is how the interaction goes the first time you play through the game. What the hell is that? Why am I burning? Dead. Okay, so when he looks at me, I have to run away. Wait, he can teleport? Dead. Okay, so run away when he's looking at you and dodge the grab attack. Why am I not damaging him? Dead. Okay, I'm just going to sneak through these bushes and... dead. And just like that, they made the list. Also, when you kill them, they're dead forever, which is probably a good thing, but I had to spend 2 days getting another character back here so I could catch more footage of them, so fuck them. Before we get to the number 1 spot, let's get in some honorable mentions. Jail Guardian Snipers. I know a lot of people hate these things, but thanks to the Florida public education system, I know how to run from alligators. You apply this same technique, and they're not a big deal. Big Mouth Imps. As I said earlier, they would have made this list if it wasn't for the Catacomb Sorcerers occupying the same habitat. Also, you get one as a summon, and even though I don't really use summons, he puts Melania on easy mode, so that kind of redeems them a little in my eyes. Manflies. Holy shit, more goddamn birds. Why, Miyazaki? Why? Why did you have to make more birds? Please stop, for the love of God. First off, having an aesthetic of the guy everyone avoids on the subway car is probably bad. Being able to do a grab attack from far as fuck away a Stan is also not great. And being able to hawk a loogie from downtown like Steph Curry is utter bullshit. Look at this. My Euphoria, the divine treasure of the Tower in Neil, is getting outranged by a winged 50-year-old smoker hawking up lung butter. Scorpion spiders. Because, fuck it, you know why. Number 1, Lampreys. You know, FromSoft, I gotta hand it to you. I didn't think it would be possible for me to hate anything that forcibly straps me down and sucks me off, but Jesus titty fucking Christ, I hate these walking fleshlights. I just know when this diabolical dick demon was created, somebody on the dev team looked at a picture of the ancestral archer and was like, How do I make these even more fucking annoying? The lampreys can send this little ball of fun cross-country, next day air, straight to your left ass cheek. You think to yourself, oh, that's so far away, I'll just run at a perpendicular angle to avoid it. Nice try, fuckface. This shit tracks. Get slurped. Okay, I dodged that one. I should be good. Too bad there's 3 more right behind it. Get slurped. Screw this. I'm just gonna ride torrent and jump over anything that comes at me. Get slurped. And you're telling me I have to go through all 37 of these forced fellatio fuckheads just so I can blow somebody else's finger horn? Actually, that's a pretty good joke. Very thinly veiled, but a good joke nonetheless. Not gonna lie. Alright, that's the list, and because as I'm writing this script, I can already hear people screaming, how aren't there furnace golems on the list? So I'm just gonna address it. I think they count as bosses. I know they don't have a giant health bar at the bottom, but I don't care. They meet all the other criteria. 1,000,000 health, hit hard as fuck, they have a gimmick you need to counter in order to beat them, and they took the place of tree avatars, and tree avatars are bosses. Plus, like, you know, look at them. I don't care what anyone says, they're bosses. Disagree with me in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Or if you hated the video, leave a comment telling me how stupid I am. Bye.